It's back-breaking work, vacuuming. It might be the 80s, but you'd think by now someone would have invented a vacuum cleaner that does it for you. Oh, I wonder what that would be like. Well folks, it's 40 years later from 1982 when this particular vacuum cleaner came off of the production line. I'm a lot older, a lot fatter and a lot balder. But finally, the hard work of vacuuming is a thing of the past, because today I'm unboxing this. Yes folks, I finally got an automated vacuum cleaner that's going to clean my carpets and floors while I'm out with the girls, shopping, going to the gym, or just having a bit of me time alone in my bedroom. This is a Eufy, I think that's how you pronounce it, RoboVac 15C, and I'd consider this to be at an entry level price. It's under £200, and Eufy, if you don't know, are part of the Anker group, and I've had a few Anker products. Anker make sort of bits and pieces for your electronics, your computers, you know, adapters and mains cables and all sorts of things, and I've had the odd Anker thing and they've been okay, and Eufy is part of the Anker group. Before I unbox this machine, I've paid for this out of my very hard-earned money. I haven't been sponsored to open this and show you it. It's all my own money that's paid for this entry-level vac. So without any further ado, let's open it up. Yes, I saw this on offer and it got good reviews, but I don't know how many of those reviews are genuine. But anyway, it seems to be well reviewed, this machine, so I thought I would try it and see what I think of it. Right. And I know some of you are going to say, what's happened to all your other robotic vacuums? Well, I've still got them, and slowly but surely I'll be showing you them. I must have at least 10. But anyway, as this is new, brand new to me, only came yesterday, I thought we'd have a look at it together and we'll learn together as well. So here's the cleaner. Welcome to hands-free cleaning. And we've got some quick start guide, I think that is. Here's the quick start guide. Yeah, warranty, and then a more comprehensive owner's manual. Let's start with the smaller things. This clearly is a remote control. Quite a simple basic affair. Don't get that confused with your TV remote, because you'll not change the channels with that. You also get a couple of batteries, so it's AAA batteries for that remote. We've also got, of course, a mains adapter to charge the appliance. Being a UK spec machine, we've got the UK 3-pin plug. Obviously, if you buy this outside the UK, you'll get the plug that fits your sockets. Can't get that out yet. I'll remove the machine itself. And underneath we've got the dock. So obviously this cleaner will charge in the dock and it will go back, fingers crossed, it'll go back to the dock automatically when it's finished cleaning or when the battery is running low. So we do need to plug the mains adapter into that and find a suitable place. We've got, which is always nice to see, a spare filter. Ooh, not only do we get, on this model, there are 2 spinning side brushes. Many robot vacuums only have 1 spinning side brush, but I believe this one has 2, I believe, as you can see. But it also, again, very nice to see, we have 2 spares in the box. I won't get them out, you can see them in the box there. Also in the box, we've got this, organised wires and power cords on the floor to clear the way for RoboVac. And inside here, I won't open it at the moment, there's just some ties. So if you've got any loose cables around the back of your TV or other electrical equipment, you can tie it up and so it's off the floor so the robot doesn't get entangled in them. So that's a nice little bonus. Another nice little bonus, we get this Cleaning tool, little soft brush, another sort of comb to help comb out debris from the brush roll. We've also got a little blade in there which can help cut any hair or threads and fibres that get wrapped around the brush roll, because you do need to maintain your robot vacuum from time to time. It's not just a case of setting it and forgetting it, although some of the more expensive robots, they are less maintenance. They don't have brushes, they have rubber rollers that don't tend to tangle up, and of course some robot vacuums will empty themselves. But this being an entry level, we don't get any of those fancy features. But what we do get is this, a traditional shaped robotic vacuum, and quite a smart one. You can see quite reflective, but a very nice design. I'm not sure if you can see it with the lights, but there is sort of a wood grain effect here, and then a swirly design on this high gloss top. So we've got some bits to remove from the machine. Remove before use. Got one little piece there, and on the other side, take that off, because this is the front and we have the little bumper that senses when the robot bumps into anything, and it should change direction. This is not a smart robotic vacuum as far as I know. It uses a sort of random cleaning principle of old that the earlier robotic vacuums would use. So basically it will clean the floor. If you keep watching the robot, as you will when it's new, you'll be fascinated and you'll be watching where it goes, and you'll think it's missed bits. But if you leave it to do its job, normally it will cover the whole room, but it'll just do it quite randomly, quite haphazard method of cleaning. Switch on before use. We've got a big sticker here pointing to an on-off switch under the cleaner. So we'll take this sticker off. That's quite a sticky sticker. We don't want to, well, we can't pull any of the finish off because it's embedded, I think. We'll slowly pull it. There we go. Pop that there. Here's the underside. So this is a very traditional robot vacuum as far as I'm concerned. Quite a narrow cleaning path there, and it's just one roller, one brush roll. And as you can see, it incorporates brushes plus sort of rubber fins which aid with the cleaning. The brush can be removed if it gets tangled up. You can take this blue part off, just comes off. You can lift the brush out. You've got the wheels, of course, that move up and down to help the robot go over different areas, from carpet to floor or from a floor to a rug. And at the front, just here, is where we attach the two spinning side brushes. So they just push on. That's it, nice click. There we go. Now obviously at this price point this robot doesn't empty itself, so you do have to empty the dirt bin normally after each use, or if you live in a smaller home, after every couple of uses. And here the dirt bin's at the back, so just press on this button, slide out the dirt bin. You can tell it says insert this side up for when you put it back, and then basically you go to the bin and open it out, get rid of the dirt, and you can see the filter is behind this mesh screen. So if that's covered in hairs, give that a brush while you're at the bin. Best to do it outside. But the other filter, it's located under here. As we get a spare, I'll have to check if it's washable. I won't do it now, but this comes off to reveal the other filter underneath. So yeah, it's I don't know, it's quite a small dirt bin. But if you put your robot on every day, it's not going to get too full. But if you haven't vacuumed in a long time, especially underneath furniture that the robot can go under, you might find there's a lot more dirt in there than you expected. And obviously, the first time you use this, you'll want to check the bin and see how much dirt has been removed. And you'll be quite surprised on a clean looking carpet Surprising how much dirt these robotic cleaners can take out of the carpet, or obviously sweep up off the floor. So there's the bin. Okay, so I think, well, before we can use this, and it does look smart, I must say, we need to give it a full initial charge. First, I'm going to switch the robot on using the little red power button. Probably make a noise when I do this. There we go. And now we're ready to put it on charge. So if we take our mains cable with the adapter, we need to find a suitable place to put the charging dock, and helpfully on the back it gives you a guide. So obviously this should be up against the wall. You can't have it in the middle of the room. It needs to be up against a wall or a solid piece of furniture so it doesn't move about. And you'll see on the bottom, if it goes on a hard floor, there are some grips to keep it stable. So you need to allow 3 foot or 1 meter either side of the charging dock, and the space at the front you need to allow is 6 feet or 2 meters. So we've got to take the jack and plug it in here, and we've got a bit of space, I've noticed. Any cable, so obviously this has to be near a main socket to charge it, and I'd say that's about 1 meter in length. But if it's near a main socket, you don't want any of the cable loose in case the robot goes over it. So you can use this little compartment at the back for any surplus cable. Just tuck it in loosely, and any remaining cable you can just feed through. There's little slots here, you can feed it through there, I assume, like so. That's it. Okay, I'll get this plugged in. I've plugged the charging dock in and positioned it in front of this footstool, but that's just for the purpose of the video. Obviously, I need to find a more suitable place for it. You'll notice a little light comes on, a little white light illuminates when the charging dock is connected to the mains. And then it's a case of either lifting the cleaner to the charging dock, and if you look underneath, there are 2 charging contacts here. So you need to make sure they engage with the contacts on the dock. That was easy enough. When charging the cleaner, the LED indicator on the RoboVac pulses orange while charging and is solid blue when fully charged. While we're waiting for the RoboVac to charge, I might as well put the batteries in the remote. So I'll just open them up. As I said, it takes 2 AAA batteries, easy to get hold of, but not so easy to open. There we go. And we'll open up the battery compartment and obviously fit the batteries according to the symbols. Make sure they go in the correct way, like that, and then replace the cover. Here's the remote control in more detail. To return the RoboVac to the charging base, press the button marked with the electrical plug symbol. The symbol marked with a fan will adjust the suction power level in auto and quick cleaning modes. Then the play stop button in the middle will start auto cleaning and stop cleaning. The 4 buttons around the central button allow you to control the RoboVac manually. Pressing button A will start the auto cleaning program, and the button next to it starts the edge cleaning sequence. Below button A you'll find the spot cleaning program, and next to that you'll find the button to press to start quick cleaning. While we're waiting for the Eufy RoboVac to charge, we can download the Eufy Home app from the App Store for Apple products or the Google Play Store for Android devices. I've downloaded the Eufy Home app onto my iPad, and the first thing it's asking me to do, would I like push notifications, so I will allow it this time. Then you've got to read the terms of service and privacy policy, and if you're happy with all your details being shared with the Communist Party of China, then just press I agree. Well, second time lucky. It seems I'm connected and I'm now being asked to name my robot. If you don't want to, the default is RoboVac, but I'm going to have to think of a name for this robotic vacuum. I was going to call my RoboVac Eufy after Eufy Doubtfire, but I can't spell Eufy, let alone say it, so she's going to be called Frida. Frida, after Frida from ABBA, of course. I am now the device owner. You can share this device with others. Well, no sharing. I'm just going to say OK. And then Frida is showing on the screen just here. And Frida is, at the moment, offline, I assume, because she's charging up. Well, there's not a lot more I can do until Frida is fully charged. But what you can do while you're waiting for your robot to charge is go round your home and make sure it's robot friendly. Making your home robot friendly includes removing power cords and small objects from the floor that may become entangled in the RoboVac, and of course you can use the supplied cable ties to help you tuck away any cables that are loose and laying on the floor. If you've got any tasseled edges on rugs, you need to fold those under or remove the rug so the RoboVac can clean the floor without getting trapped. And then you need to keep the RoboVac away from spaces lower than 2.8 inches or 73 millimeters to prevent it from getting stuck. And if necessary, you'll have to put a physical barrier in those areas. But in my experience, you need to watch the RoboVac when it's first cleaning and you'll spot areas where it gets stuck, and then you can do something to prevent that happening next time. Obviously, keep RoboVac away from wet areas, and if you've had a dog that's left a deposit, you need to make sure RoboVac doesn't go over that. I've experienced that before and it's not a very nice thing to happen. Well folks, I've brought the Eufy RoboVac into my kitchen and I've put down some birdseed and red lentils onto part of my kitchen floor. I've blocked off half of the kitchen so I can just concentrate on this part of the kitchen just for a quick initial test to see how well this RoboVac picks up on a hard floor. In my experience, robotic vacuum cleaners tend to do fairly well on a hard floor, certainly better than a carpet. So if the Eufy fails on a hard floor, it's not going to be very good on a carpet. So I'm just going to place the robot down. I've taken it off the dock, obviously, and I'm going to switch it on via the remote in the automatic setting, and we'll just leave it to do its stuff and see if it manages to pick up all the dirt in this area. Oh dear, well that's not very good. I got a notification on my iPad saying that the bumper was stuck. I don't know how the bumper can have got stuck unless some of the debris got underneath. I'll just take the container off. Just have a look underneath. No, well it seems fine. Let's pop the container back. So far though, it's doing a pretty good job. It's a shame it had to stop. What I will say about the Eufy, it's a very quiet robotic vacuum, very quiet indeed. It's a very acceptable noise level. I could use this in my living room while I was watching the TV. It doesn't make very much noise at all. Okay, well, the red light is flashing. I assume now I've had a look at it, I can continue with the cleaning. Apart from the little blip when I had to deal with a problem with the RoboVac's bumper, I think this little robotic cleaner has done very well on my kitchen floor. Certainly the main area is clean. There isn't a speck of the bird food or the red lentils in the main area. Where there are some left around the edges, and I'll show you that now. Most of the edges have been cleaned, but there are some areas where the RoboVac has flicked the dirt further away due to the rotating brushes. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed with the performance of this cleaner on a hard floor. So let's take a look at all the dirt in the bin. Be careful how I open it. And there you go, that's all the birdseed and red lentils collected. And also some fluff, possibly dog hair, that I didn't put down. It's found that as well. This mesh screen is fairly dirty. As I empty this, it's a good idea to give that a brush. The top filter, the exhaust filter, you can see a little bit of dirt starting to build up on that. That's the other side, and as you can see, a little bit of dust on the initial foam filter that's just located behind the mesh. So I'll just pop that back. Is it going to go on? Hang on. Make sure it's located. That's it. And then the little pleated filter goes with this tab uppermost, so you can remove it easily. Pop that back in. And now, just for a bit of fun, I'm going to empty out all this dirt into a big pile. And I'm going to use the Eufy RoboVac on its spot cleaning function just to see whether it's going to clean up this big pile of mess. But I have a feeling it's going to scatter a lot of it around the kitchen floor. So it might clean up the initial mess, but I think I'll find a few bits that need to be cleaned up again, but it's a bit of an extreme example. If you're cleaning up a small spillage, it's not normally a big pile of dirt like this. Well, as expected, the Eufy RoboVac has picked up the pile of dirt, but it has rather scattered a lot of it around the edges of the kitchen due to the two spinning side brushes. I expect if I was to remove the brushes, it probably would have picked everything up using the main central brush roll. This was just a bit of fun. Obviously, it's a bit of an extreme example, but it is good, a spot cleaning mode if you've dropped the odd biscuit, crumbs, etc. You just want to do a concentrated area, then for 2 minutes you can use the Eufy, press spot clean, and it will clean for 2 minutes and pick up most of it, but I'm going to have to use the machine again and do a full automatic clean to try and remove the bits that it's scattered about. But I do like the fact it's got two spinning brushes, because a lot of robotic vacuum cleaners, even some of the high-end ones, only have one spinning side brush, which I think is ridiculous, to be honest. Having two, especially on a hard floor, does mean it gathers in more of the dirt in one sweep. It doesn't have to keep going over, because with just one spinning brush, you're missing one side. Obviously, most robotic cleaners with only one brush will go around the edges each way, so the brush has a chance to clean round the edges of your room. But I think two is very good, especially on a sort of entry-level robot like this Eufy. It's been a few weeks since I started filming this video, so I've been using the Eufy RoboVac around my home, mainly downstairs in the living room here and in the kitchen, and I have to say I've been very pleased with it. So I'm going to end this video by putting some dirt down on my plush pile Saxony carpet, and we'll just do a time-lapse film of the machine in action, see if it manages to pick all the bits I'm going to scatter on the carpet. I'm going to put some red lentils because they're easy to see, and some pet hair and some other dirt in general, and we're just going to leave the machine, press the automatic sequence button, leave it, walk away, and come back at the end of filming and see how well the Eufy RoboVac has done. Well, the Eufy RoboVac has finished, and looking around it's done a pretty good job, although when looking a bit closer it has missed a few bits. I notice a few lentils and rolled oats, but the main area of the room has been cleaned very well. You can also select the edge cleaning program, so for example there are a few bits around the edges it's missed, but I can do that separate program later on and the robot will travel around the edges of the room to clean up any little bits it's missed. And if you want a deeper clean, especially on a deeper plush pile carpet, you can select the BoostIQ mode using the app, and that gives you a bit more suction power. But all in all, I'm pretty pleased with this Eufy RoboVac. Finally, let's just have a look at the dirt in the bin. I did put quite a lot of dirt down. And yes, there's a lot of dirt, but there's fluff or hairs. There's some dog hair in that I didn't put down, but that was already on the carpet. So that is quite a pile of dirt for it to clean up, and obviously more than you'd expect it to clean up in one session, because when you have a robotic vacuum cleaner, if you put it on every day, then it's going to pick up the dirt on a daily basis and it's not going to have loads of mess to clean up. I can see black sand in this. The footprints that I put in the middle of the room consisted of this black sand, so it has picked up that. I couldn't see any traces of that sand left. The filter will need a bit of a brush, or using another vacuum cleaner I can clean that up. And if I look at the pleated filter, we can see some of the dust has got through onto the sponge, and there is a little bit, probably fine dust, on the pleated filter, but because I have another vacuum, I use another vacuum to give the pleated filter a good clean, and also this thin sponge. So I'll be giving this a bit of a clean up, a bit of a wipe out before I use this cleaner again on my carpets. But yes, all in all, for a cheaper robotic vacuum cleaner without too many bells and whistles, it really does a decent job. If you have any comments or questions about this Eufy RoboVac, please comment below, and I'll see you all very soon for the next video. Bye for now.